Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today we are going to be returning to this building right over here. And so as you guys can see in a recent video, we had gone through and started this building here. And this base plate actually has both of the buildings on it, this medium blue one as well as the dark tan. So I'm going to pull the base plate out. I'm going to show you guys where we're currently at with it. And then we're going to go ahead and make some more progress on it. So let's just jump right in. All right, so this is where the building is currently at. So as you can see, we have started the third floor on the right side here for the dark tan building, and we have yet to start it for the medium blue one on the side here. And both of them actually need a lot of work, especially on the back here, but I don't know how much time I'm gonna have to really dedicate to this. And also you're hardly ever gonna see this because this is so far in the city. It's like right in the middle of the table. There's a number of base plates that way and also a number of base plates this way. And then there's going to be a building right here eventually. So you're hardly ever going to actually see this. So I'm not super worried about this looking great, but I do want to go in and add a door here and then also the windows just so this can be called done for now. And then also what I want to do on the front here is obviously work on the facade and get the third floor done. And then we could also work on the roof. I know I don't necessarily need to make each of these 3 floors, but I want to, especially this one, because the town hall is going to get expanded out this way, and then the building is just going to look really short if it's only 2 floors. So I wanted to make it 3, and then it's actually going to be comparable to the town hall because the town hall is pretty tall. So that way, this will actually look like it's supposed to be there. So I'm going through and working on this third floor here, and I've made a little bit of progress, but I am starting to reconsider the window choice for this medium blue side of the building here. And that's because I don't really have many of these left, and also I don't know how much I like the big windows like that. I don't think they look terrible, but I think I could do a little bit better. And so my next thought was to use these 1x2x3 windows, but I don't have enough of these to complete the entire second floor and third floor. So that is something that I need to keep in mind. So I'm pretty much just going back and forth trying to find different window designs. But for right now, my main focus is just getting the structure done. And then we can go ahead and we can start to look at window designs. I think that's probably the best way to go about it instead of just hyperfixating on each window. Then we can go ahead, we can get the structure done, and then we can start to worry about the details a little later. So now most of the structure of the third floor is done. So I guess it's finally time to start thinking about the windows again. And I don't really know what to do because I looked through all of the bins where windows could possibly be. And I only have 1 more of these, so I would still be too short. I could buy 2 more. But I would like to finish this in this video if I can. So my next thought was to use these windows here, like I said, and unfortunately I only have 7 of them remaining. So I would have nowhere near enough to make that happen. And I had 1x2x2 version of this, so that's also out. I have a bunch of brown windows actually, both 1x2x3 and 1x2x2. So I could try that. I don't know how the brown is going to look, but we could try it. We could try the brown, see how that's going to shape up, and then we can kind of take it from there. I probably won't like it, but I guess we'll try it just to see how it's going to look. And then worst case, we could swap it back to this, and then I could order 2 more of these, or we can figure out a different window design and then order pieces based off of that. All right, so I've changed the second and third floor windows, and this is what it looks like here. I'm not showing you guys it on the building just because I didn't do the first floor yet, but I actually like this more than I was expecting. I still think I prefer the white, but the brown doesn't look bad, and I actually might end up keeping this. The black 1x3 jumpers that are sticking out on the top of the windows there are going to be for awnings, I think, over each of the windows. So that's why I made the 1x3 jumpers. But when you actually put this back on to the build here, I think this actually doesn't look bad. So let me kind of connect this up here if it wants to cooperate. And so I think that looks pretty good. Obviously, I need to change these windows out as well. But I do have brown windows ready to go and also a brown door frame as well. I don't know if I'm going to keep the white door itself or if I'm going to have to change the color of that. But that's not a big deal. I can find another door in a different color, but this looks good. This actually is looking a lot better than I was expecting. I was expecting to hate the brown, but it's not bad. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let me go ahead and continue working on this. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on how the brown windows look, and then we can kind of take it from there. I am pretty much out of medium blue plate though, so I need to find ideally a corner plate, but if I don't have that, then I don't really know what I'm going to do, because I have a 1x6 and a couple 1x4s from when I took this section apart here, and then subsequently the top part as well. So need to figure that out, but I think we're off to a good start. So let me get back to work and I'll show you guys what I come up with. All right, so I've gone ahead and swapped out the first floor now as well, and I've also went and added the little awnings on each of the second and third floor windows. I think this looks pretty good. I don't love the black in here, but the black 1x3 jumpers are all I have at the moment. So this is all the dark gray I have. I would love to use light gray just to kind of match everything else, but I don't think the dark gray looks bad. But then again, I just don't have enough dark gray to do the entire thing. So I'm gonna have to just leave it like this for now, but I don't think this is a bad start. I think this looks pretty good. And all of the windows have glass in them as well. I just need to decide if I want to use the white door or not. I don't think it's going to look that great, but we can still try it, see how it looks, and then kind of go from there. Yeah, not a huge fan of that personally. I think a tan door would look a little bit better, but that is where I'm at right now. And I need to give some attention to the right side here because I'm still short on the windows and I need to add a couple more things to that. But overall, this is starting to shape up really, really nicely. And then so with that, once we get the other details in, we can make the roof, and then we can see what this looks like once it is done. I have no idea what design I want to do for each of the roofs here. I have no idea about any of that yet, but the bricks and pieces order is supposed to arrive later today. So hopefully I can get that in, and then we can add, because I bought dark green windows, so we can add those in. We can also add the corner tiles in dark tan. We can add all the other details that are missing, and then we can see how it looks once it's properly done. All right, so it is now the next day, and I've sat on this for a little bit now, and I've thought about the brown door and all of the windows, and I don't like it. I think it makes the building look a little dirty. I think the white really helps make everything pop. And so what I want to do now is actually add these back. But like I said earlier, I only have 6 of these. So what I'm going to do is put 2 down here, 2 here, and then 2 here. And then for these 2 sets of windows here, what I'm going to try and do is do something like this. And so these are just 1x2x3 windows and on their side. And then I put a tile on the edge of that to connect them all together, and then that would fit perfectly in that window right there. Now, there's 2 problems with this. One, this module, when you put it upright like this, is 5 bricks tall, whereas these are 6. So I have to figure out how to make up that difference there. And the second problem is that these window frames, or slots, I guess, are now 5 bricks tall. I reduced the height to fit the brown windows in here. So now I need to figure out how to add these back in because I was running low on medium blue plate. So I need to figure that out, and I need to go ahead and add a bunch of different stuff to this, and it's probably going to have more light gray features in it, which I don't love, but it is what it is. There's nothing I can really do about that at this point. So let me go ahead, let me try and work this out, and hopefully we can get somewhere with this. I have no idea how I'm going to connect these to the building though, but I guess we'll find that out in just a second here. All right, so after a lot of trial and error and also a lot of time passing since that last clip here, I've gone ahead and I've managed to figure out how to connect these windows here. And so the main problem that I was running into is that when you lay windows on their side like this, it is 1 plate short of being exactly 4 studs wide, which is the frame that I have available to me here. But you need a row of tiles on the top to cover the studs so that it actually sits flat. So then that is your entire section of window here, and you have no room to add plate underneath or anything like that to actually connect it to the window or to the walls themselves. And so what I had to end up doing is actually put a jumper here, and then this gray 1x1 brick here is actually a Technic brick. So I put one here, and then I put a jumper sticking into that, and then I just connected the jumper to one of the window frames, and I just used the tiles down the rest of the way here. And that seemed to work out pretty good. So that is what I'm going with here. It's not the best connection, and then these 1x3 jumpers aren't actually connected to the windows themselves. They are just connected with the tile on the top. But it works and it looks decent, so I'm going to go with that, and I think that looks pretty good. I am still going to be swapping out these black jumpers for light gray. I feel like I've said that before, but I can't remember because I'm filming this so far apart from all of the other clips, and so this is looking a lot better. This is looking a lot better to me. When I put the brown in, I was kind of giving up on this, but I'm happy that I was able to figure this out. And what I did to fix the height, because like I said, the 3 windows on their sides are 5 bricks tall, and then these window frames are 6. So what I did was I took the 2x2 by 2/3 snot brick here, and then I just put a 1x4 plate on the top and then some white grills to make it look like a window air conditioning unit. I tried to copy the police station's technique where you put an upside down masonry brick and then the tile on top, but it didn't really look right. It stuck out a little too far for me, so decided to go with this, and I put a white tile on the top of them there just to help make it look like the window continues a little bit. I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. That is nice, and I do still need to go and add the glass to each of these, but that will come in due time. I just need to find a couple more. And that is everything that I've gotten up to so far. I just need to go in and I need to finish the tiling around here and also get a 1x3 plate. But then other than that, this is going to be pretty much done. Obviously, I still need to add the windows in. I've been focusing on this left side here just because that's been giving me so much trouble. But I'm finally able to kind of shift my attention back to the right side, and then we can also do the roof. And then hopefully this will look really, really good once it's done and back in the city. All right, so I've gone ahead and made the rest of the changes here. So as you can see, I added the windows in. I've also added some nice blue and white flowers on the windowsills there. And I've made the roof pretty much done here. I would like to tile this off, but I think it's fine as it is. Honestly, I don't think it needs much else other than that. The only thing I don't like is this right here. I don't like how you can see the dark tan just end and then the gray start. So I might rework this building here to make this section a little bit taller, just to kind of cover that up, because I like how this looks here, where you only see the dark tan and you don't see the gray on the side. But this looks pretty good. The windows are all in, and that is the unfortunate side effect of using windows on their side like this. You see the undersides of the window frame itself, but there's nothing you can really do about that. But I also don't have enough tan curved slopes, so I just had to go in and I stole a couple 1x3 jumpers from the apartment building, actually, the work in progress one. So I was able to fill that in, and then I just put some cheese slopes on there to just kind of call it a day. And I also swapped up the triangle tiles from the light bluish gray to the dark tan, and I think that makes a world of a difference. And I think this is really, really a very nice building now. I think it looks really good. This has been plaguing my mind for quite a while now, and so I'm happy that it's finally at a point where I can consider it done for now. Obviously, it's not 100% done, and there are a couple other things that I need to work on with this, but for the most part, the structure is pretty much done. And so with that, that is going to wrap up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like the video and subscribe, as well as click the bell notifications so you don't miss any future uploads. If you guys have any feedback for me on anything you want to see me add to this building or anything in general, make sure to drop a comment down below to let me know what you think. But once again, seriously, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.